What's up, everybody? Stacking Surfer with another awesome video for you guys. All right, today we're going to be talking about why I have surfer in my name, okay? Part of it is clued behind me. I got a beach here that has a bunch of surfers at it. I like to surf. But more importantly, there's a whole principle of stacking gold and silver that comes down to following the same principles a surfer does to catch a wave. And we're going to learn that today because guess what? I think we're about to see one of the largest waves of gold and silver in our lifetime. So before we go down and we start doing some filming of some of these surfers so I can talk to you guys about what's going on here, what I want to do is start off by thanking everybody for following and checking out the channel. If you haven't followed me yet, go ahead and hit the subscribe button and the bell icon, and that's going to tell you about all the cool videos that are coming up. It's going to remind you of what's happening. So this is a chocolate, vanilla ice cream bar dipped in chocolate, dipped in English toffee, and then it has salted caramel all over it. Okay, one of my favorite things to get down here at this beach. Now it's not right at the beach here, it's up the street a little bit on the main drag, but this thing's awesome, okay? I'd share the name, but they didn't give it to me for free, so they're gonna have to work up to a sponsorship, I think. What do you guys think? All right. Oh man, that's been sitting around too long. It is totally melted. It's really good. All right, so we're gonna go down here. I'm gonna show you the principles of surfing, how it relates to stacking gold and silver, and you guys are gonna get set up to win. All right, here we go. Stacking surfer, like I'm your best friend. Balances in your bank and stack. All right, so what you can see here is a wave's coming. You got a bunch of surfers that are getting ready for that wave, right? And this dude is gonna catch it right here, all right? He's right in that wave. He's right in the wave, and now the wave kind of sucks. He's gonna get off of it so he doesn't have to come all the way in. Oh, never mind. He's done. He's just gonna come all the way in. Bad example, bad example. All right, let's see if we can find someone else out here. So these guys are catching waves right now. They're surfing. They've been watching. They've been looking, okay? They have been waiting for that right wave to catch. So what I want to show you is first they're looking. They're looking out there to see if a set of waves is coming in, okay? That's just like us with stacking. We're looking for specific patterns in the market that tell us that gold and silver may be going up soon, okay? So as we're looking at those, part of what we're looking at is what are the market conditions? What's the interest rate doing? Is inflation going up? Is the Fed raising rates? Are they lowering rates? We're looking at all these different things, and as we're doing that, we're taking into account what that next wave is that might be coming. And this isn't like surfing Jaws over in Maui or Mavericks in the Bay Area, where you might get a 30-foot wave, right? These are 3 to 4 foot waves right now, okay? These are small waves. They're kind of fun. You're not riding in the middle of a big curl here, okay? There's another guy over here surfing this one. And so these are kind of small little waves that you look at and you try to find the right time to buy, okay? And then you catch that wave and you ride it in a little bit. Take advantage of it. If you wanted to get rid of some metals, these are probably not the waves you're looking for. On those big 30-foot waves, those are the ones you're looking for. So here's the deal. Surfing and stacking is very similar, okay? What happens is when you're surfing, you come out on the beach here, and first off, you know the beaches usually you're going to. You have data, you have reports that are going to tell you what the temperature of the water is. It's going to tell you where the swells are coming in from, what direction they're coming, okay? It's also going to tell you information around how big the waves are, okay? And then it's going to give you indications on whether it's a good day, a poor day, or an okay door. Okay. All right. So that's just like doing your data search with gold and silver. You need to understand what the average price has been, the cycle that's been going on the last couple weeks to last few months to the last couple of years. Are we at a lower point or are we at a higher point? You want to understand that. There are days where surfing sucks because there are no waves. So there is no reason to come out here and freeze your butt off in the 65-degree water because there's no waves, all right? There's other days where there's good sized waves, 4, 5 foot, 6 foot waves coming in, and you want to go out and surf those waves, and if the water is 50 degrees, you're still coming out. You're going to put a wetsuit on and booties and gloves and maybe even a hood, and you're going to go out and get in that water, all right? So you got to have your data. That's the first thing. The second thing is you're looking for the trends. The data is going to tell you the trends, okay? So as you see those trends and you see that you're in a low part, that's when you want to buy. Next thing I want to kind of talk to you guys about is really the surfing principles. So when you're looking at surfing, I'll describe this real quick and then I'm going to show you some video of it. So when you're looking at surfing, you got to get that data, right? You've got to know where you're going to go. You got to know the beach. That's knowing the places you're going to buy gold and silver. If you're planning on selling, you need to know where you're planning on selling. It can be very expensive on eBay to sell unless you set up a store. That takes you from 13% commission down to a 5 to 8% commission depending on the cost of the coin. That's important to know. Selling it on Instagram, I have not had success with that yet because I don't have enough followers on Instagram and no one seems to care or say anything. So that hasn't been a good channel for me. I have made money on eBay flipping coins, but it's on a very small percentage of my coins that make money. So I would not recommend to the average person to buy coins and plan on flipping them on eBay. That's not really a business you should be getting into. For me, the reason I've done it is I have purchased a few too many coins that I do not want to hold anymore because when I first got into stacking, I didn't find all these YouTube channels. I started buying coins that had Star Wars guys on them and Marvel, thinking that, hey, those are going to go skyrocketing in value because they're really limited. And yes, they do have limited mintage. However, it's not that limited. I mean, there may be like 50,000 of them. Okay, 20,000 of them. That's not that limited. If they'd only made maybe 1,000 or 2,000 of the coins, then maybe they'd go up over time, especially if a movie came out or something like that. But I've learned that people are stacking coins really aren't in that boat. So that was not a good strategy. So for me, I'm unloading a bunch of coins that I've decided I'd rather not own. And I'm doubling down on my lower cost coins, my rounds, coins that are closer to the spot price. And for that, that's allowing me to get a lot more ounces than I've had in the past, all right? Now, I'm not saying not to buy those coins. I love those, and some of the auctions I just mentioned have a lot of those kind of coins. I'm talking about stacking them. That's a mistake that I made that I want to share with you guys is do not stack those coins. Buy them because they're fun and hold some of them, and I still do. But do not go buy a lot of those coins thinking that that's going to be the way to help you out. You're just not going to get your money out of it. All right, so let's go back to the surfing analogy here. So what I'm going to show you in a minute here is how the waves come in patterns. We call that a wave set, right? So a swell is how much water is moving up. You also have the tides that come in. So a low tide and a high tide, that depends on how high the water is, how much volume there is. And when you have a set that's coming in, they come in patterns. So you'll end up having a set that has multiple waves in it. The first couple waves are smaller, and then they get bigger, and then you have a large wave in the middle, and then you have a couple smaller waves that follow it. And this is very similar to sound waves and any other kind of waves that you might study out there. So why is that important, and how does it relate to it? Well, when you're looking at these waves, if you understand the pattern, then you can predict what's going to happen next. And so often on these waves, if you have a watch that has dials on it, that one of those purposes for those dive watches that you can use for surfing is you can put the marker on there to know when the next set of waves is going to come. So that tells you when it's a low point to paddle out so that you're not fighting the waves. And when it's a high point, it tells you to get ready to start surfing them. So it's very similar to stacking coins. We do not want to buy when prices are high. We want to buy when prices are low. If you ever need to unload gold or silver, you want to sell when it's high. We as humans have emotions, and we tend to let those emotions take over. Okay, so you can look out there. You can see those waves, right? See the sets? Maybe you can't see them as well. If you look over here in the sun, you can see those ripples coming in. That's a whole bunch of ripples, all right? Each one of those is a wave. Some of them are smaller than others, but you can start to see the pattern coming in. Right there, I can see one. See my finger, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You can see them all coming in. The surfers are looking for that, and that's similar to what we're looking for. We're looking for those low parts, right? So you're looking right here is when you want to buy, okay? And then this is coming up. This is when things jump. This is the little wave you're going to ride, right? Right? Ride it, ride it, ride it, ride it, ride it, ride it. Okay, not quite big enough yet. That's okay. We got a bigger one coming right here. See that? This dude's going to catch it. That guy's catching it right there. This guy's going to catch it. There we go. Check it. There we go. All right, so these are little smaller waves than probably what you guys see on YouTube normally, those big monster waves. But this is the bread and butter wave that people love surfing. That's what I mean by stacking surfer. That's what it's all about. Come with me on the journey. Let's go and stack. Let's have some fun.